Welcome, everybody. The highest in me bows to the highest in you. May this be an easeful and natural day of your life. And just be yourself. We'll start with a few minutes of shikantasa practice, which is just sitting. So find a comfortable position. Eyes can either be open or half open or closed. And just allow yourself to be with your experience without trying to change it. Shikantasa. Shikan is just, tasa is sitting, just sitting. When sitting, just sit. And add to this shikantasa practice the practice we did yesterday of bringing your attention to your heart and just keeping your attention around that heart area. And if you can, feel the heartbeat. Notice how the heart is beating by itself. And actually notice how everything is happening by itself. Thoughts are coming and going. Sounds are coming and going. Breath is coming and going. In fact, what is it that's not happening by itself? Even the desire to change or improve your life seems to come out of nowhere. Sometimes there's huge motivation. Sometimes there's less. Sometimes there's no motivation. So notice how things are happening by themselves. Throughout the body, cells are multiplying by themselves. Some are dying, some are multiplying. Immune system is doing its work by itself. Digestive system, respiratory system, elimination system. Hair are growing by themselves. All the organs are doing their specific function: kidneys, liver, lungs, heart. All the organs are doing their specific function by themselves. So as you are just sitting and just feeling the heartbeat and just noticing how everything happens by itself, you can release some of the pressure that you're putting on yourself. And instead of trying to push your life in a particular direction, what's it like to align with it? Align with this process instead of trying to control this process. What's it like to be in a state of non-resistance to what is happening anyway? And Ajahn Chah had this beautiful question he would ask: how are you suffering today? How are you suffering today? So get familiar with the unique ways that you are suffering. Instead of trying to cover it up and pretend to have it all together, get in touch with the unique ways in which you are suffering. You're resisting something. You're wanting something, not wanting something. And just notice it without trying to find a solution immediately. Just sitting, just feeling the heart. Just noticing how everything is happening by itself. And noticing the unique ways in which you are suffering right now. What's it like to have no resistance to any of these things? Just sitting, just feeling the heart. Just noticing how the heart beats by itself. And actually everything happens by itself. Noticing the presence or absence of suffering. Appiyehi sampayogo dukkho. Association with the unwanted is suffering. Piyehi vipayogo dukkho. Dissociation with the wanted is suffering. Yampi ichchang na labhati tampi dukkham. Not getting what one wants is suffering. Sankirthena pancha upadana khanda dukkha. In summary, clinging to the 5 aggregates: body, feeling, memories, intention, and consciousness is suffering. Jatipi dukkha, process of birth, is suffering. Jarapi dukkha, the process of growing old, losing your faculties, is suffering. Vyadhi pi dukkho. Getting sick is suffering. Maranam pi dukkham. Death is suffering. So you've not been singled out for this. Not like the world is against you. We're all in the same boat. We're all going through the same process. Don't take it personally. If you're not getting what you're wanting, it's not a personal flaw, not that life is against you. All of us at some point don't get what we want. If something you really like has been taken away from you, or has faded away, or has gone away, don't blame yourself. It's not just you, it's all of us. If you're growing older, losing your strength, losing your vitality, don't blame yourself. It's not that you had made bad choices. It's the process. Even with the best choices, one grows old. Even with the best choices, one sometimes gets sick. Even the healers and the doctors get sick. Even those who have the most perfect diet get sick. And death. Nobody escapes that. So this is a very real practice. When sitting, just sit, that's real. Heart is beating, that's real. It's happening by itself. Everything is happening by itself, that's real. And despite your best intentions, best efforts, there will still be some amount of suffering. That's real. Let's not be in denial of it. There is suffering, but who is the sufferer? Who is suffering? I am. Oh, who am I? Suffering is seen. Sufferer cannot be found. I find it fascinating that the word suffer in Hindi means journey. So this suffering is a journeying, but there's no one who is journeying. It's a dream without a dreamer. Suffering without a sufferer. The first great paradox I became aware of is everything changes except change itself. Everything changes, and yet change itself is constant. So then the only refuge would be change. Just sitting, noticing all the changes, breath, heartbeat, thoughts, feelings, inside, outside, pleasant, unpleasant, peaceful, restless, alert, sleepy. In control, out of control. Allowing, resisting. Clear and confused. Anicca, changing. Dukkha, incapable of giving a permanent satisfaction. Incapable of quenching your thirst in a fundamental way. Dukkha. Anatta, not listening to your commands, happening by itself. An impersonal process. It doesn't listen to you when you say, be more like this, less like that. It does what it does. So the great paradox is that everything is changing, but change itself is reliable. Change is constant. Nothing is satisfactory, but when you stop hoping for satisfaction, you're deeply satisfied. So strange. You stop expecting to be satisfied, you're already satisfied. Everything is happening by itself. And yet when you stop trying to control it, feels like everything is harmonious. Everything is happening in your favor. Everything is happening for you, not to you. How fascinating. So just sitting, just feeling the heart, just noticing how everything happens by itself. And getting familiar with suffering, not trying to dodge it for once, not trying to distract yourself for once. Even a few seconds in the day, you don't try to dodge it. That's tremendous. That's amazing. There is suffering, but who's suffering? Big question mark. Whatever mental strategy you've come up with of making your life better, of escaping suffering, whatever mental strategy you've come up with, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. What's it like to hear that? What's it like to stop hoping for a better past? Stop hoping for a better future. Stop hoping for a better present. The past was as it was. The future will be as it will be. And the present is as it is. What's it like to hear that? Allow yourself to lean into the unknown, lean into the uncontrollable, lean into the mystery, lean into the edge of what you consider yourself. Even lean into your own suffering. What's it like to lean into this experience? Something very alive here. A lot of vitality here. A lot of energy here. You can't mold it. You can't own it. You can't even control it. All you can do is lean into it. And in that process of leaning, there is a subtle cleaning. Leaning leads to cleaning. Something gets washed away. A better teacher than any guru, any person, is your own suffering. Lean into that, and a certain cleaning happens. Embrace the fullness of this experience. Don't look away. For once, don't look away. Take it all in. Drink all the poison. Leaning is cleaning. Leaning into the experience is cleaning the root of your afflictions. It's not what's happening, it's how you relate to what's happening. It's not what's happened, it's how you relate to what's happened. It's not what will happen, it's how you relate to what will happen. And that's where the cleaning is happening. You think you're here to have various experiences and integrate them and digest them, learn from them. But could it be that life is here to digest you, who you think you are? And all these experiences, all these happenings, all this resistance, it's designed to sandpaper off your assumptions of who you are. You don't get wisdom, wisdom gets you. You don't digest your experiences, you get digested. And there's just life, which is not even an opposition to death. There's just is what is, without any shadows. Just sitting, just feeling the heart. The area around the heart or the heartbeat. Just noticing how everything happens by itself. Even the desire to change things happens by itself. Just noticing suffering, resistance, clinging, or the absence of suffering. Leaning into this. The way out is through. The cave that we are afraid to enter has the treasure that we seek. This process is going to burn you, and that's not a problem. The problem is we burn incompletely. So burn completely. Take it all in. The poison is the medicine. The poison is the medicine. No matter what has happened, no matter what will happen, no matter what is happening, this one practice, this one opening to our experience, to our confusion, to our suffering, to our strife, to our ease, to our joy, to our allowing. This one opening has made this whole life worthwhile. It's made your whole life worthwhile. Nothing has been wasted. This incarnation was worthwhile. This incarnation is worthwhile. It's all been worth it. When sitting, just sit. When walking, just walk. When standing, just stand. When lying, just lie. Breath happens by itself. Heart beats by itself. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touch, thoughts, feelings, emotions happen by themselves. Even the desire to change or improve all of this, any of this, happens by itself. And there is suffering of unwanted things happening, wanted things not happening, not getting what you want, old age, sickness, death, body not behaving the way you'd like, emotions not behaving the way you'd like, perceptions, intentions not behaving the way you'd like, the weight of consciousness, something we never asked for, and here it is. So drink this poison. Drink this poison. Drink all of it. Lean into the edge. Lean into the confusion, into the suffering, into the darkness, into the unknown, and drink all the poison. The poison is the medicine. The poison of impermanence reveals the medicine of permanence. The poison of suffering reveals the medicine of non-resistance, non-suffering. The poison of everything being out of control, impersonal, reveals how everything is intimate with itself. Everything is in divine harmony. Nothing's out of place. Even the desire to improve it is not out of place. What's left? No matter what comes, no matter what happens, this incarnation has been worthwhile because we embraced our experience in a very radical way. So it's all been worthwhile. Nothing is lacking and nothing is in excess. And that is why this incarnation is a success. You can continue for as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, you will open your eyes. I think it's okay to end the meeting here. You can revisit this session whenever you like.